inside of you.
Hi guys, it's Elena and I'm enchanted for you to be here. Hi and welcome to lesson number 5. I am super excited that you're here. It's awesome to have you back on the continuation of our magical journey together. If this is the first video of mine which you have clicked on to explore, I highly suggest you starting off with the first video of this chapter. I will link it up at the top as well as in the description just to help better guide you along the way. Today's video is on visualization, as the title suggests. And this video is going to be your first video where we'll actually be doing some practice together. Visualization, or visualizing, is usually always the second ingredient to any sort of spell work or ritual work or any magical workings, where the first ingredient is you. I believe it's very important for us to use our mind's eye and practice with it. Think of it like a muscle. It needs constant working out in order for it to be nice and strong. For most people, practice makes perfect. But if you are one of the very few 2% of the world population with aphantasia, where you are completely unable to see any images at all within your mind's eye, this part might be a bit difficult, if not impossible, for you to do. In that case, you can change this practice up a little bit so it better suits your mind, or the way that your mind works, the way that you come up with ideas, comprehend things in just your day-to-day thinking basis. And if you do have this, feel free to get in contact with me. I'd love to see how I can create other videos to kind of give other options and opportunities for people who are unable to kind of see images within their mind. I mean, that's the definition of aphantasia. I think that's the way to pronounce it. Now, with that being said, why is visualization so important in magic? You can take a moment to pause this video and to jot down your answers, your thoughts, your processes on it, and to see what you can come up with. My thoughts on this are that starting off your spell or your ritual with a clear visual helps to collect, guide, and direct the magic within you to work for your specific purpose. So the more clear your picture is, the more accurate and direct the path for the magic is to flow. Think of it like a mundane map with directions. If you needed to get somewhere and someone tells you, yeah, it's down the block, take a left and then a right, you might get there eventually. It might take you some time to figure out how much to the right or how much to the left, or you could get lost along the way. I know I will get lost along the way. I am absolutely terrible with directions, so even if I need to get somewhere, I need a little bit more clear directions, so to speak, to follow in order for just myself to get from point A to point B. Now, that's just down the block to the left and then a right. Imagine having more directions where it requires for you to take highways or cross state lines. The more detail and precision you have in your map, so to speak, or your visualization for your purpose, the more accurate the magic can work for you. Let our mind's eye be the Google Maps with unlimited coverage and unlimited data. This process of providing directions will become even more important when we start to add other tools or other ingredients to our spell work. We'll kind of have to create pathways, so to speak, between all these different items so that they're able to work together for the same purpose and to get you the outcome which you desire. I'll try to have timestamps linked down below so that if you're interested in coming back to this video to practice some more, you don't have to listen to the whole thing all over again just to find the spots where the practice starts, unless you really want to. It definitely helps out my analytics if you watch the whole video through. So sit up, get comfortable, take a nice deep breath, maybe a couple, and let's get into our practice. There shouldn't be any ads playing through this portion of the video, that way it won't interrupt your concentration or anything like that. I first want you to visualize any simple shape. Let's take a hexagon, for example, so that's kind of become a reoccurring theme throughout my channel. Take a moment to look at it, study it. What color is it? How do the edges look? How many sides does it have? What's its texture like? When you feel like you're ready, close your eyes and try to see the image again. How clear is it? Do the colors match? Is the image moving or standing still? How long was the image there before it disappeared? I want you to practice with this image until you're able to comfortably and continuously hold an accurate version of this in your mind for as long as you want. For some, this could be quick. For others, it might take some time. Remember, practice makes perfect. Let's try the same thing, but with something more complex. Take this fern, for example. Observe its texture, color, the little leaves and ridges it has. Imagine how it would feel if you were to touch it. What about smelling it? Is it more than just one color? Is there a gradient? Are there shadows? And the same thing. Now close your eyes and try to conjure up that image again. How does it look? Did it come quicker or slower than the first image? Do the details match? What about the small, tiny details and the way that the branches and leaves were curling and curving at the ends? How about the colors or the texture? See how long and accurately you're able to hold on to this image. Is it going by easier than the hexagon? Were you able to hold it for the same amount of time? Maybe longer? Maybe shorter? Keep practicing this one until it seems so real in your mind that you can practically reach in and grab it. After you get comfortable with the fern, let's get back to that hexagon and take a look at that picture again. Study it, memorize it, and then close your eyes, envisioning it in front of you again. Once you get the image nice and solid in your mind, let's make it move side to side. It could start off as a little shake or a wiggle, but see if you can make the whole image move from one end of your vision to the other. Move it back and forth, change up its speeds, see if you can make it go faster or slower. And then bring it back to the center. Now let's change its color. Let's turn it from the purple to blue. See how the hexagon changes in front of you. Keep it at that one, or you can change it to a different color if you'd like, just not the original color it started with. Alright, so keep it that new color and make the shape move again. Let's try up and down this time. Is it more difficult now that the color was changed? Or is it about the same? with the movement and color changes until you're comfortable to move on to the next step. You can even try adding multiple colors or even textures. See what the hexagon would look like if it was covered in fur. When you feel like you're ready to move on, we can continue with a more complex situation. Let's go back to the fern we initially worked with. Refamiliarize yourself again with its image, the colors, textures, etc. Now close your eyes and envision a seed. It might be a bit tricky at first since I didn't provide a visual aid for a seed, but this is where your visualization muscle gets to work out a little more. So envision the seedling. It's just freshly germinated with a little bit of green poking out. Now take your time and visualize it starting to grow. Watch as its roots develop, more green sprouts, and how it's moving and growing. Create in your mind's eye the whole process of its growth. Watch as the fern leaves uncurl and get bigger. Envision other leaves and sproutings coming through. Watch as the leaves change color from a rich, deep green at first to a lighter yellow-green as the fern matures. This portion of the exercise might take some time to master, but like I said, practice makes perfect. So this concludes lesson number 5. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we made it to this little milestone already. And I think you know what the homework is. So practice with the 4 examples that I have presented yourself. Go slow, take your time, breathe, and sit comfortably and just work through it at your own pace. I would recommend first listening throughout the whole lesson just to kind of see how things go, and then go back to the timestamps where I'll have them linked down below to start off with the first practice, and then repeat it if you need it, and then move on to the second, the third, the fourth as your comfort level increases. You can start off the practice with the audio on and listening to my voice kind of guide you along the way a little bit, kind of give you instructions and questions on what to visualize and what to focus on. But after a couple times, turn the audio off and do it on your own. Maybe just pull up the image and like kind of leave it on the screen, and then practice it without the audio on. That way it doesn't distract you and your mind can kind of do its own thing. I would recommend that you take notes on how your practice is going. Write down things that you're good at and really comfortable with, like for instance maybe the colors or the movements, and I definitely want you to take notes of areas you're struggling with, anything that you feel a little bit uncomfortable or that doesn't come very easy for you. Also take notes on how long you can hold each image, and challenge yourself to see if you can beat your time each time you practice with this. As always, you can always share your experience down in the comments below or in the comments in the Google Classroom. So that's it for today, my lovelies. I hope you have a wonderful, amazing, fantastic day ahead of you, or maybe evening, or maybe night, whichever time you watch this video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye! You wanna come say hi? This is Solstice, and she says hi for this lesson.